Hey everyone, welcome to another gameplay tutorial. For today, we're going to be playing Jungle Kindred, and here I'm going to teach you the tips and tricks, do's and don'ts, and advantages and disadvantages of this champion. So as per usual, you always want to switch to your control ward the opposite side on where you want to start, and then immediately recall and switch to your sweeping lens. That way, you could prevent any level 1 cheese and path accordingly. Okay, with Kindred's clear, this is a bit unique compared to the other junglers because what we're gonna do is instead of going for the Krug start, we are gonna go for the red start. The reason is because we want as much firepower as possible after the Scott spawns. So if you know Kindred, first mark will always spawn either at the top or bot scuttler. It's just a 50-50 on which will spawn first. So our plan is to always contest the scuttler. Kindred is not that weak, level 3. But it's also important that you have priority in your lanes. So when you play this champion, the number one thing that you need to do is your lanes or your laners to win the lane. Because if you have 3 losing lanes, you can never get a mark, and without marks, Kindred is not that strong compared to the other carry junglers. So your objective with Kindred is number 1, contest the marks if possible. Number 2, farm as much gold. And number 3, be able to mark the appropriate champions that you wanna take down. So what's unique about Kindred is that even though her late game is strong, her ganks are not that bad. Because you have a lot of mobility with the first skill, second skill, you have third skill for the slow, and quite good burst. It's not the best, but it's not bad either. So if you could catch someone out of position, then that would be your best bet. Next is clearing the jungle. There's not much you could do. Just use second skill, first skill. As long as you're in the circle, your first skill will be 2 seconds cooldown. And look at this. After the 4 camps, I was supposed to go for the scuttle, but since there's a fight top side, we go for the top side fight first. So Jin is gonna be a free kill. And if you noticed, I marked the Jin. So before you go for a gank, you could mark the target. After 5 seconds, I think, it's gonna get marked. And then with that, we get our first stack. And this is another reason why we go for this pathing. We go for red, raptors, wolf, blue, and then scuttle. Because after the 4 camps, the perfect timing, scuttle's about to spawn. And then we could immediately start it if the mark is there. There's a scenario, sometimes there are scenarios that if you and the enemy jungler start at the same side, for example, the jungler started both side pathing to top, and then you get top scut, you could even get double scuttler, and you get double marks. So another tip with Kindred to know when the marks will spawn and how long is once a mark gets taken, it gets removed from the map immediately, and the next mark is gonna spawn 30 seconds after. So you could use the game timer to check on where the next mark will spawn. And then 0 to 4 marks, it's always 0 to 3 rather. It's always gonna spawn in the scuttler, raptors, or the grump. And then 4 to 7 is always gonna be on the buffs, wolves, or krugs. So that's something you could do. So you could deduce it based on where the enemy jungler started. So there's a Jax, he just went for the top side gank. Okay. I don't know how that happened, but we marked the Jax. Perfect. So once there's a target, the crosshair, it means the mark's complete. Tries to go for the execute, but we're there. We get another mark. Currently 3 marks at 3 minutes. It's one of the best case scenario and perfect timing. The mark just spawned with the raptors since there's no more scuttle, the raptor is the next target. And since we got the Jax down, there should be no contest. Okay, after taking this, we could see the top side overextended. So I'm thinking if we could go for a gank there. But the Jax might be there. There's a high chance that he's gonna be top side. So it's a bit risky to force a 3v3, right? But since there's a fight, they're going very hard. So I'm very scared about their positioning. But since my wave, yeah, Jax is top side. So what I want to do is try to just farm up. I wasn't able to... I should have pinged my team that Jax was top side. That's why I didn't want to go there. Anyway, we see Jax top and there's a mark. Since we have 4 marks already, it's gonna spawn at the wolves, krugs, or buffs. So wolves is up. So that's what we could take. I cannot help the top side anymore because we are on the other side of the universe. So what we want to do is we want to play for the bot side. Luckily, Darius is destroying the Kassadin. I don't know why there's a Kassadin top. Bro's playing it for fun. Got buffed in the recent patch, I guess. What it is. We just want our winning lanes. So the Jax, their jungler is doing good. Good play. Punishing our core Kinami. But the good thing about this is that we're punishing the Kassadin. So look at that. I got the mark on him. So back. Easy mark. So don't forget to mark whenever there's someone that's low. Okay, this Jax is gonna cover. I have ulti just in case. And with the objective spawning, 15 seconds, I have Storm Razor. I'm thinking about taking the blue, but since he's here, this champion is just so strong on that damage. Disgusting. We have to flash, first kill, and then we just kite. So with the jungler gone, perfect timing, objective is up. I'm opening my marks to see who I'm gonna take next. Maybe Ari. So I could either go Herald or Dragon. But since the jungler is dead, I'll just go for the mark first. Take blue plus mark. 7 marks at 5 minutes. Then that's insane. This doesn't happen often, so sometimes if the mark is not contestable, then you just don't go for it. At the end of the day, getting gold for yourself is more important than getting marks, because if you think about it, if you get gold, you get items and you get more potential to invade or kill someone, and that's when you get your marks. So they're starting the dragon, which is expected. Most likely won't be able to reach, but what I can do is cover for my team, just in case he tries to invade. I still have Herald for 1 minute, so I don't need to use it until the 7-minute mark. We want to look for a good timing. Okay, we see the Zyra. Out of position, I marked the Zyra. So another thing I forgot to mention is that marks gives... wait, we just kill the Zyra first. One shot with this disgusting champion, by the way. I did not use my ult on time. But yeah, it's fine. At least we got 2 kills. I forgot to mention is that when you're starting your jungle clear, before the jungle spawns, you can mark the enemy champion to see where they started. So for example, the red buff spawns at 0.21, so you always mark the enemy jungler at the 0.20 mark. And it's always gonna give you vision or like for 1 second on where they are. So that's a neat technique. So you're guaranteed to know where the enemy jungle is passing no matter what they do. They can't do anything about it. So that's something good about Kindred. So you have like a minor map hack early game. So when someone targets hides in the bush, you just mark them and you get vision for free. Okay, we use the Herald mid. Since no one's there, I wanna kill the Jax and take the mark. We take it again. Yeah, even though we have to kite this guy, this disgusting champion. I hate Jax players, so we just kited, bro. Okay, my Jace missed this flash, but it's fine. We got the Jax down. We got another mark. I think it's like the fastest mark I've been able to take. 10 marks at 7 minutes. The ideal marks, you want at least 3. Because 3 will give you the extended range. So that's the minimum that you would want. If you get more, then it's good. Of course, the more the better. But the minimum requirement if you're not getting any marks is 3. That should be good enough. So you might be asking what do the marks do. If you get every mark increases, every 3 marks increases your attack range. And then every mark increases attack speed of your first skill, increases the damage of your second skill, and third skill. So it makes your skills, it basically makes your skills stronger. So the more the merrier. Don't forget to farm. I have my Triforce. We are giga strong. The only thing we have to be worried about is the Jax. So the weakness of Kindred is burst champions or tanky boys. Okay, we have Triforce up. Now we can try to prep for the objective. Darius is in a bit of a bad spot. Okay, Triforce should give us a lot of damage. This should allow us to burst squishy targets. So like the Zyra, the ADC, the Marksman, the Jhin, the Kassadin. We have the one-shot potential. The only thing we can't burst is the tanky boys like this Jax. But everyone else look at their damage. 300, 1 crit in the face. Bam. But we have to kite a bit. There's Zyra blocking us. Look for the Kassadin. Get the kill. Okay. We weren't able to mark the Kassadin, it's fine. We see the Jhin with the ulti. We just run it down and destroy it. It's fine. Okay, gold check. We are 1k GPM. But if you look at the enemy jungler, he's also playing well. He's also 1k GPM. And unfortunately, I think Jax outscales Kindred. But what we can do is try to buy time. And kite the Jax as much as possible. So I'm thinking who to mark. See, there's no good... I see the Kassadin and I just mark him. So I have vision. See, look. So I know where he landed. Well, if you use the gates, it also gives vision. So Jay's gonna bait. I know Kassadin's there, so I'm going around. Oh, he went for me. Follow my damage. Bam, bam. 2 hits, 1 HP. Bro literally died in 3 hits. I just needed to proc my third. Oh yeah, another thing about Kindred is that third skill deals more damage the lower the HP a target is. So as much as possible, you want to use it for last hitting. Especially in objectives. So you could combine it to the third auto on the third skill plus smite. Maybe like 1.2 should be good enough. So when it's below 2k, you start stacking. 2 hits and then let your team hit it a bit, and then once it's on the execute threshold, you combine the last hit plus smite. Okay, our stacks is a bit slower, but we're full clearing really fast. Once you get your first or second item, your clear is gonna be really good. Okay, the dragon's up. So once it's above 7 stacks, like 8 or more, it's always gonna spawn the objective. So the big objective, either dragon or baron. It's the only way you're gonna get your mark. So most likely enemy team is behind, so they're gonna go for a trade. So Zyra's showing at the bot side, Jax also showing at the bot side. Jin, and it's already gonna be too late for me to contest, so what I wanna do is go for the top side instead. So we mark the Kassadin, bam bam bam, 400 crit on the face, destroyed his ass. And the enemy team is going for a trade, they take down the Jace. They might go for another plate, there's two, I can't do anything. So what I'll do instead is take as much camps as possible. And we mark the Jax just in case he tries to go for a tier 3 push. Honestly, I think it's a better trade for them because they're able to get 2 bounties plus a kill. We go back with all that's done. We are 10k gold, really good. 6k up. The only guy we need to be worried about is the Jax. Even though the Kassadin's not able to play the game, bro will always kill no matter what. So we don't want this game to go to a distance. Yeah, we have 12 marks. Our range is so nice. So even though we have like a billion marks, I think the max marks is 25 in wildrift. Wait, this is I think this is the biggest power spike for Kindred. Once you get your third item, Mortal Reminder, this is gonna give you so much damage. You are guaranteed to want to kill the carries in 3 hits. And the tanks, you could now shred it. I could finally fight against the Jax. Because bro is so tanky, armor boots plus Ziggs, I think. So I will barely do any damage. So I wanna limit test a bit. I wanna try to one-tap someone. I'm looking for an opportunity. Okay. Now Baron's up is something that we wanna take, but I know they're there. They're gonna contest it, so I'll just play it a bit safe. Take my camps first. We don't have to be in a hurry. I wanna take my QSS. QSS really good. Against the Jin stun, Jax stun, etc. Okay, we have QSS. Darius also gonna get his Terax. And then we are very ready to fight. All of my teammates are also at 3 items, while the enemy is at 2. Hopefully no one gets caught. Hopefully. Okay, we have the... Oh, I see Zyra. Damage check. Oh my god. I just got destroyed. So that's I think that's the biggest disadvantage of Kindred. You can never go in first. So that's the hard way to learn about that lesson. You only want to do that YOLO play if you're confident that enemy team is not there. Could have one-shot the Zyra, but I just died too fast. I couldn't even react fast enough to go. My team is kind of smurfing. My Darius, holy shit. Okay. My Darius is smurfing, by the way. Saved by my team. Never mind, Corey just died. At least we still will be able to get Baron, because the Jax is dead for 30 seconds. Overall, still win, but that's something that you want to avoid. Luckily, we were ahead, so we didn't get punished as much. But next time, you never want to face check like that. Because you are a very squishy boy. Our build is very squishy. We have 0 durability. Only durability is the phage from the Triforce. Pretty much it. Okay, it's fine. At the end of the day, we still got our mark. We still get the Baron. 13 marks. Our mark progress has gotten slowed, but we already have more than what we want. Maybe 3 or 6 is already good enough for the entire game. Okay, okay, look at this. Look at the Ari. Bam, bam, bam. 3 hits, 4 hits. Bam. Just destroy. Good QSS. So that's what we want to do in the team fights. We want to snipe the carries. But we can just burst them in 3 to 4 hits, even though we are a DPS champion. And then another thing is you always want to stay your second skill. And your second skill gives vision. So if you want to face check something, you could use your second skill first. And then saying your second skill reduces the cooldown of your first skill. So as much as possible in a team fight, you always want to be inside the circle. Because outside the circle will give you a long cooldown on your first. Or skill 1. Okay, Dragon's gonna spawn next. It's not Soul, so I'm not that interested. I wanna try to push and make use of our Baron buff. Get the Zyra. Fight top side. Jace gets a 2 for 1 trade. I'm trying to look for the push, but my team doesn't want. He wants to go for the Dragon instead. And yeah, I'll just go for the Dragon because it has a stack. 15 stacks will give me more range. And I think at this point, I have the same attack range as Tristana on max level. So we have very long range. And the next item really good is RFC. Increases our burst, gives us more crit, and it stacks with Storm Razor. So our auto attack will have longer range, guaranteed crit, and more damage because of the energize effect. That's why I get magnetic over Infinity Edge. It feels so much better. Only thing left that we need to do here is look for the end. Maybe we need Baron. At this point, even though we're giga ahead, the usual solo queue experience, if you make one mistake and when the objective spawns, the game will literally turn around. Especially they have a good scaling comp with Cassidy Jax. Even Zyra has a good scaling. Because she's support. Definitely will outskill Nami. So I wanna look for I wanna yoink someone. But it's so hard, so look at this. I don't wanna face check the bush. I'm playing so scared. Because of what happened a while ago. We wanna take the red buff. But my team is in the other side of the universe. So we cannot. We'll just give it and not get yoinked. Yep. Try to dodge all the CC. We'll just take the blue buff instead, play it safe. Wait for the Baron spawn, and then that's where we can fight. Oh, we see the Jax damage check. Okay, remove the Zyra crown. That's big. Look at that damage. 600 damage by the way. On 1 proc. Okay, a bit too hot. Okay, forced to use the QSS flash. A bit limit testing, but at the end of the day, we see them back. They're very low, so we should be able to take this Baron. Our Baron take is pretty fast. We have Nami sustain. I'm just double thinking because they might contest. And since Darius is top, we won't have the numbers advantage. Look at this Baron take. That's a speed run, 5 seconds, and we're done. Okay, with this Baron, we could use it to take the Elder, which is gonna spawn in 30 seconds. We can just play it safe, nice and slow, and prevent anyone from dying. Because the enemy team is also kinda strong. Okay, never mind, Corti gets caught. We have Stasis, ulti to save him. Oh, my damage. Bursting the Ari, 3 hits, go home. Oh, Jin, hello, bye-bye. Dead carries. Okay, I died, but I did my job. I bursted down the Jin and Ari all by myself. We get the Zyra pretty low, even though we died to Jax. Can't do anything about it. Jace tries to look for the end. Okay, at least we saved the game. Corki almost got one shot. Able to save with the ulti. We switched to TP because there might be a potential to end, or I could use it to TP to Elder just in case they start. So once we kill the Jax, game is probably done. Yeah, Jax is the only problem. The problem is gone. So this should open up the Nexus. We have Baron buff. We don't even need the Elder. And another thing, I think last one about Kindred is that when you're hitting the Nexus and there's minions, you could ult the minions and they won't die to the Nexus tower. So you could just so if there's like a rush back Nexus, you ult the minions and then just keep hitting. So because none of you can die, just hit the Nexus and try to burst it as fast as possible. So yeah, that's a nice game, pretty clean. Okay, we get MVP 934. Props to my team though. The most essential thing is that you need winning lanes, because you can never get any mark if you have losing lanes. You get punished even harder compared to other carry junglers if you can't find any marks. So 17k gold, 18 minutes. Pretty good game. Just care for all the burst, all the crowd control, and play safely. So you basically play a marksman in the jungle. That's Kindred's playstyle. Look for marks and then just carry the team by kiting them properly. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching and peace out. Ciao, ciao. Bye.